In September 2025, a document emerged that reignited one of the most scrutinized relationships in modern political history. The House Oversight Committee released a birthday book compiled for Jeffrey Epstein's 50th birthday in 2003, and within its pages lay a contribution attributed to Donald Trump that sparked immediate controversy. A hand-drawn image of a naked woman, crude text referencing shared secrets, and a novelty check depicting the sale of a woman for $22,500 painted a disturbing picture of the social circle surrounding one of history's most notorious sex traffickers. The release came on September 8, 2025, when Democratic members of the House Oversight Committee published select pages from Epstein's estate documents on social media. The images spread rapidly across the internet within hours. The birthday book, assembled primarily by Ghislaine Maxwell, who is currently serving a 20-year prison sentence for her role in Epstein's sex trafficking operation, contains contributions from various individuals in Epstein's social orbit during the late 1990s and early 2000s. Many entries feature sexually suggestive content, vulgar humor, and photographs from parties at exclusive venues like Mar-a-Lago. The page attributed to Trump stands out immediately. A thick marker outlines the curvaceous silhouette of a naked woman, emphasizing breasts and pubic area in unmistakable detail. The name Donald appears written within the drawing itself, positioned where pubic hair would be located. Above and around this image, text presents what appears to be an imagined dialogue or message. The words read, "A pal is a wonderful thing. We have certain things in common, Jeffrey. Happy birthday, and may every day be another wonderful secret." The signature beneath resembles Trump's characteristic scrawl, though handwriting experts have not conclusively verified its authenticity. The entire composition exists on a single page within the Friends section of the album, sandwiched between other contributions of varying vulgarity. What makes this particularly significant is not merely the crude drawing or the suggestive language, but what these elements imply about the nature of the relationship between Trump and Epstein during a period when both men moved through elite social circles in New York and Florida. Trump has categorically denied creating this page. Through White House Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt, and in his own statements, he insists he never wrote such a letter, never drew such images, and that the words do not reflect how he speaks or writes. He characterizes the entire revelation as fabricated, part of what he describes as ongoing political attacks, similar to what he calls the Russia investigation hoax. His allies have demanded forensic analysis of the signature and handwriting, suggesting Maxwell or others created the page to falsely implicate Trump. Yet the document exists within official materials subpoenaed from Epstein's estate. The Department of Justice reviewed this same birthday book during previous investigations into Epstein's criminal network. While no charges resulted from that review regarding Trump, the material's presence in official evidence contradicts claims of complete fabrication. The book itself is real. The question centers on who actually created this specific contribution and what it signifies. The second explosive element, released simultaneously, shows a photograph from approximately 1997, taken at Mar-a-Lago. In this image, Jeffrey Epstein stands alongside Joel Paschal, a member of Mar-a-Lago and Trump associate, and another individual, all holding an oversized novelty check. The check displays an amount of $22,500 and bears what appears to be a signature reading, DJ Trump, though this differs from Trump's typical signature style. A woman appears in the photograph, her face redacted in the released version. The caption accompanying this photo, written by Paschal, reads, "Jeffrey showing early talents with money plus women. Sells fully depreciated woman to Donald Trump for $22,500. The note continues, "Epstein showed early people skills too. Even though I handled the deal, I didn't get any of the money on the girl." This language treats a human being as property, using accounting terminology like fully depreciated to describe a woman as though she were a used asset being transferred between men. The woman in question, whose identity remains protected through redaction, has been described in reports as a European socialite in her 20s during the 1990s, who socialized with both Epstein and Trump. Her attorney issued a statement calling the check and accompanying note a disgusting and disturbing hoax. asserting his client had no knowledge of such a transaction and severed ties with Epstein in 1997 for professional reasons while she was still a student. The attorney emphasized that any suggestion of his client being sold is both false and deeply offensive. Trump's response to the check photograph mirrors his denial of the birthday drawing. The White House stated, "Trump absolutely did not sign that check," characterizing the entire episode as a dead issue unworthy of further comment. Joel Pashkow, now 82 years old, has not responded to media requests for clarification about the photograph or the note he allegedly wrote. Understanding the significance of these materials requires context about the Trump-Epstein relationship itself. During the 1990s and early 2000s, both men were fixtures of Manhattan and Palm Beach social scenes. They attended the same parties, knew the same people, and moved through overlapping circles of wealth and celebrity. In a 2002 interview with New York Magazine, Trump called Epstein a terrific guy, and noted that Epstein enjoyed beautiful women on the younger side, a statement that has been analyzed extensively in retrospect given what we now know about Epstein's crimes. The friendship reportedly ended around 2004 following a dispute over a Palm Beach mansion both men wanted to purchase. Trump acquired the property, and the relationship cooled. By the time Epstein faced his first criminal charges in 2008, Trump publicly distanced himself, claiming they had not been close and that he was not a fan. When Epstein was arrested again in 2019 on federal sex trafficking charges, Trump stated he had not spoken to him in 15 years. Yet these newly released documents from 2003 suggest a closer relationship than Trump has publicly acknowledged. The birthday book contribution, if authentic, demonstrates a level of intimacy and shared understanding that goes beyond casual acquaintance. The reference to certain things in common and wonderful secret implies insider knowledge or shared experiences. In the context of a book compiled for a man who was simultaneously running a sex trafficking operation targeting underage girls, such language takes on sinister overtones. No evidence has emerged directly implicating Trump in Epstein's criminal activities. Multiple investigations, including those by the FBI and Department of Justice, have not resulted in charges against Trump related to Epstein's crimes. Several women who were victimized by Epstein have stated they never saw Trump engage in inappropriate behavior, and one flight log analysis showed Trump flew on Epstein's private jet only once, from Palm Beach to Newark, not to the private island where much of the abuse occurred. However, the absence of criminal charges does not eliminate questions about judgment, associations, and awareness. If Trump did write that birthday message in 2003, what did he mean by wonderful secret? What were the certain things in common he referenced? The birthday book was compiled in 2003, years after Epstein's predatory behavior had begun, but before his first arrest. During this period, were Trump and others in Epstein's circle aware of his activities? Did they participate in a culture that objectified women and treated them as commodities to be traded? The novelty check photograph reinforces this disturbing culture. Whether or not money actually changed hands, the joke itself reduces a woman to property with a monetary value, depreciated through use like a car or piece of equipment. The casual nature of this humor among wealthy men reveals an attitude toward women that enabled and normalized Epstein's far more serious crimes. When powerful men joke about buying and selling women, when they treat human beings as objects in their transactions and competitions, they create an environment where actual exploitation can flourish undetected. The political fallout from the September 2025 release proved immediate and predictable. Democrats on the House Oversight Committee used the documents to question Trump's transparency regarding his Epstein connections, demanding release of all communications and records involving the two men. They argued the public deserves full disclosure about the relationship between a sitting president and a convicted sex trafficker, especially given the suggestive nature of the birthday book contribution. Republicans countered that Democrats were selectively releasing materials to damage Trump politically, manufacturing scandal from decades-old party photos and crude jokes. Representative James Comer, the ranking Republican on the committee, accused Democrats of cherry-picking embarrassing images while ignoring context. He subsequently released additional pages from the birthday book, showing contributions from other political figures, including Democrats, in an effort to demonstrate that many people in elite circles had social connections to Epstein before his crimes became public knowledge. The existence of the birthday book first became public knowledge in July 2025 when the Wall Street Journal published a report describing its contents. Trump responded by filing a $10 billion defamation lawsuit against the newspaper, claiming the reporting was false and malicious, designed to harm his reputation for political purposes. The subsequent official release of the actual documents in September complicated that lawsuit, as the materials the journal described proved to be real, not fabricated as Trump's legal filing suggested. Late-night television shows seized on the story, with hosts like Jimmy Fallon presenting satirical segments about the crude drawing and the check. Social media exploded with commentary ranging from serious analysis to mocking memes. Supporters of Trump dismissed everything as fake news and political persecution. Critics argued the materials confirmed their long-held suspicions about Trump's character and associations. Throughout this controversy, victims of Epstein's trafficking network issued statements demanding continued investigation and justice. For survivors, the focus on political implications and celebrity associations often overshadows the fundamental crime at the center of this story. Epstein sexually abused dozens of underage girls over many years, enabled by Ghislaine Maxwell, and protected by a network of wealthy, powerful enablers who either participated, ignored warning signs, or actively helped conceal his activities. The birthday book itself serves as evidence of that network. Beyond Trump's alleged contribution, the album contains messages and photos from scientists, politicians, businessmen, and celebrities, many of whom now claim they had no idea about Epstein's double life. Yet the book's content, with its sexually charged humor and objectification of women, suggests a culture where such behavior was normalized, even celebrated. When 50 people contribute to a birthday album filled with sexual content for a man who was actively trafficking teenagers, questions arise about collective responsibility and willful blindness. The materials released in September 2025 do not exist in isolation. They join flight logs, phone records, photographs, and testimony from victims, painting a comprehensive picture of Epstein's world. Each new document adds detail to our understanding of who knew what and when. The Trump contribution matters not because it proves criminal conduct, but because it illuminates the social ecosystem that allowed Epstein to operate for decades. What happens next remains uncertain. The House Oversight Committee could issue additional subpoenas seeking more documents from Trump or others in Epstein's circle. The defamation lawsuit against the Wall Street Journal will proceed through courts, potentially forcing testimony and document production. Advocacy groups continue pressing for declassification of all Epstein-related materials held by law enforcement agencies. For Trump, these revelations complicate his political narrative. Having built his career partly on projecting strength and attacking opponents over their associations, his own connection to one of modern history's most notorious criminals creates a vulnerability. The crude drawing and check photograph provide opponents with concrete visual evidence to support arguments about his character and judgment. His denials, while emphatic, conflict with the physical existence of documents in official evidence. The truth probably lies somewhere in the complex reality of social networks among the wealthy and powerful. Trump and Epstein knew each other. They socialized together. They likely shared certain attitudes about women, wealth, and privilege common among men in their circles during that era. Whether that social relationship extended to awareness or participation in criminal activity remains unproven by available evidence. But the birthday book and novelty check reveal at minimum a casual acceptance of treating women as objects, a culture of sexual braggadocio, and poor judgment in maintaining close friendships with someone whose predatory behavior would eventually become undeniable. As more documents emerge and investigations continue, the full scope of Epstein's network and the complicity of those around him will become clearer. The September 2025 release represents one chapter in an ongoing reckoning with how powerful men enabled one of the most prolific sex traffickers in modern history. Each document, each photograph, each crude joke in a birthday book adds another piece to a disturbing mosaic of privilege, exploitation, and the systems that protect both. The woman drawn naked on that page deserves to be more than a crude sketch. The woman referenced in the check deserves to be more than a depreciated asset. The girls Epstein trafficked deserve justice that extends beyond his death, and Maxwell's imprisonment to encompass everyone who enabled, ignored, or benefited from their suffering. These documents are not just political ammunition or scandal fodder. They are evidence of a culture that must be confronted and changed. We are anonymous. We are legion. We do not forgive. We do not forget. Wait for us.